And now here we are. Hello. Welcome to the show. This is SVT Podcast. I'm Vince. I decided to start talking because Tyler was busy holding his cat. For those of you who are watching us on YouTube, I guess that's where you have to watch us now, actually. Because we got
Hey,
rid of
man.
the audio feed. So welcome to the show. Thanks for tuning in. And yeah, Tyler, how's it going, bud?
Good, man. Traffic was light, man. I was able to get home in less than an hour, and I stopped to get gas too, which was muy
Nice.
perfecto.
Nice. Yeah. Sam is feeling a little bit under the weather. Uh, but he'll be back on next week, and he'll be able to talk about his Raiders probably securing the number one overall pick in the draft.
I think that
Hope
is locked in at this point, as long as they
it's
don't have a blunderous win next week.
yeah. I mean, they'd have to do some really serious manipulations to make that happen. They're going against the Chiefs next week. I would expect the Chiefs would handle that business. Yeah. So, but we can talk about other things that happened. Your boys played at home. They had the Bills come to town,
No,
and
no, no, no.
in
We
the
went to
rainy
Buffalo.
weather.
We went to Buffalo, buddy.
Oh, you went to Buffalo.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
I may as well just go with it. That was like I have been saying all season long how much this offense and Kevin Patullo, the offensive coordinator, irritates me and frustrates me. We had a good half football, and then we totaled 15 total yards in the second half and still won that game. So, look, our defense is legendary. Our defense is championship caliber. Our offense looks sloppy, like just going to the strip club on a Tuesday afternoon. It just the best talent is not out there. You know what I'm saying? So, um, I don't know if we're gonna figure this out. I don't know if there's some they've been holding back this playbook that they're gonna unleash during the playoffs. Now all of a sudden, it doesn't feel like it to me. I'm not really confident about it, but I will say you held the number one running back in just running back purposes. I know McCaffrey is one of the top running backs because he catches and runs, but I'm talking about just pure running. You held one of the top running backs in the league. You held arguably an MVP quarterback. He only scored two touchdowns. One of them was a tush push. One of them was a throw in, and then they blew. Jalen Carter had the block for the field goal, and then they blew the 2-point conversion to win the game there. Um, all things considered, it was a dirty game. It was raining. It was muddy. Well, not muddy, but it was rainy. It was mucky. It was anything you expect Buffalo to be. It was a grindhouse to win that game, and the fact that the Eagles did come out and win that game, I think that's confidence going into next week and possibly maybe securing the number two spots overall. But we just gotta figure out that offense, man. It doesn't make any sense. I don't understand why we can play one half of good football and then we just disappear. It doesn't make any sense to me. So hopefully they figure it out. Hopefully there's some magical playbook that they've been waiting to unleash hell on during the playoffs that makes us all look foolish. I don't know, but as it stands, I think you win a game. You probably win that first round. If this offense is doing what it's doing now, I have a hard time seeing them getting past the first round of the playoffs just because you need to score points, and unfortunately the defense, while it is stout, they don't win games by having, the best defense in the team. It's who scores the most points at the end of the game. So we'll see. I mean, we go into next week against we come back home to finish out the season against Washington, and all it takes is a Bears loss and our win, and we secure the number 2 spot, which I think would be helpful down the road, but
Yeah.
not necessarily a necessity at this point.
Yeah, right now the Packers are going to be locked into the 7th seed. So that's what you would ideally want to happen. You want to try to secure that number 2 seed so you can play the Packers, because if you don't, you're playing either the Seahawks, 49ers, or Rams. That's still to be determined. Right now the Rams are trying like hell to lose this game that they're playing against Atlanta, and if that happens, then the Rams basically lock themselves into the 6th seed.
Yeah.
So So that means so that means the Rams would play the 3 seed, and then the 49ers, we'll talk about them in a second, playing the Seahawks. Winner would be the 1 seed, loser would be the 5 seed, and so either way, winner gets a bye week, loser gets to go on the road and take on the winner of the Panthers and
the Bucks
or the Bucks in their home. So either way, you feel okay about that. But yeah, so I guess it's my turn to talk a little bit. What an exciting game on Sunday night. First play from scrimmage, didn't love that so much. That was a pick six. Didn't love it. That was not fun. Did not appreciate that. I did not like the cardio workout that I was getting from that game. This is the holiday season. I'm not supposed to be at the gym right now. This is getting fat season. This is reversing all the good work I had done over the last year and a half. This is the season for that kind of stuff. Okay.
Right.
But the boys put me through some hell, but that's okay. They do end up getting the win 42-38. It's the beginning of the game. The stress raised it up a bit. The score ended up being tied at 7-7. The 49ers, after the pick six, they scored the next 2 touchdowns. The Bears come right back. They tie it up at 14. Niners go up a touchdown. Bears tie it up at 21. Niners go up again. It's tied at 28. It's tied at 35. They never had this happen in the regular season. A regular season game has never been tied at 7, 14, 21, 28, and 35. This is the first time in NFL history in the regular season. It has happened in the playoffs before, but never in the regular season. So that's fun. I don't love it happening in week 17, the second to last game of the season, when you're fighting it out for the number 1 seed overall. But you know what? The Niners did get the job done. Unfortunately, they continue to make lives harder for themselves, because first play of scrimmage on that pick six, Trent Williams had a hamstring injury. There's your injury of the game. We talk about it every week. Somebody goes down with the injury, and Trent Williams, that one hurts a bit. So now you gotta protect yourself somehow. Brock Purdy's life gets a little bit more interesting. That one play, though, the touchdown to use check, man.
That was crazy.
Around, that was on the left side too. So like he moves around, dances around. I guess the foot's feeling all right, you know. That is that was Steve Youngian. Okay, that was like definitely some stuff that, moving around, dancing around. He could have taken off and tried to score. I don't know if he gets there or not because of like some of the coverage collapsing in on him. I don't think he does get in, but to be able to draw to dance around, juke inside, but still, he sees juice, he sees the opening, and it's just an absolute dart. Oh, that was so good, man. And you're able to get 6 touchdowns, and Christian McCaffrey just keeps doing it again, man. Whatever souls he's captured to stay healthy. Oh, damn. So good, man. So good. It's just, it's comforting to know that they can win a shootout, and the defense, I think I said in our group chat, they are bend, don't break. Goddamn, they did their yoga, man, because they bent like crazy. They were like doing some circus level bends, man. Like they're like leftovers from Ringling Brothers. I swear to God, because they were bending like crazy. They ended up not breaking. They bent all the way down to like the 2-yard line, but they did not break. They were able to hold the Bears to the fourth down, and they ended up not being able to get those final couple of yards. That last play, they were able to get enough pressure back up. Caleb Williams had to was was retreating. He was going backwards. He was doing a fadeaway throw, and he couldn't get enough mustard on it to get the pass into the hands of the who I think it was maybe Luther Burden was who he was.
He was
going
looking
for
at Burden. I think Burden got hurt on that play, if I'm not mistaken, because he was still down while everybody was, showing their celebrations at the end there. So it was either Burden or somebody else, but I definitely know Burden got hurt at the very end there at that last play. So very unfortunate.
Yeah. Shout out to Papa G in the chat. Says, good thing I took my blood pressure medicine. Captain Niner, thanks for joining us. He says, went to the doc today, and he said my BP was higher than usual. Told it was because of leftover stress from the Niners game. Said it was understood. Totally, man. Yeah. Just I might as well have been doing jumping jacks and not watching the game. It was the same thing, man. Same thing, So that, where does that leave us? That leaves us going into week 18. It's winning you're the 1 seed, lose and you're the 5 or the 6 seed. We're at halftime right now as we speak with the Rams losing 21-0. Matt Stafford has a pick 6 already. He has another interception as well. Our other co-host who's a little sick today, he has the Stafford Puka stack. Yeah.
Things at his age. I mean, that's
yeah.
unfair.
Yeah, I have some I actually do have some, and I have some not quite end of the year stats, but we're close to the end of the year. I do have a couple of things I did want to bring up. Right now, Derrick Henry going strong in year 10. Most career rushing yards, most rushing yards in a career games numbers 120 through 152. So years 9 and 10 basically. So like the Derrick Henry in Baltimore years. Okay, so we're talking Barry Sanders and Tiki Barber in their years 9 and 10 seasons, and then Derrick Henry is number 30. And then below him are Walter Payton and Curtis Martin. So Derrick Henry's crushing it, even though it doesn't feel like it sometimes, because John Harbaugh decides to be an idiot sometimes and just kind of forgets that he has Derrick freaking Henry on his team. So just stupid things. Anyway, but then another thing I wanted to bring up before this game started on Monday Night Football, Drake May was like closing the gap a little bit in the MVP race. Matt Stafford still had a huge lead on him, but if Stafford is able to come back and pull the upset, not pull the upset, but like finish, if he leads a comeback in the second half in this, maybe that secures the MVP for him here. But if he ends up dropping this game, suddenly that MVP race gets a lot closer with Drake May and Matthew Stafford. Coming into this game, Stafford was like minus 250, Drake May was like plus 200, and then Josh Allen and Caleb Williams, they were like way in the dust. It's basically a 2-man race between Stafford and Drake May. So that's kind of where it is right now as it stands. So it could be even money if the Rams end up losing this game as we look out at it right now. So that's just kind of something to keep your eye out on it. One more thing for the Niners, though. It was kind of announced a little bit. There was some like sources talking on Friday, it sounds like, or Saturday, excuse me, that if the Niners advance to the NFC Championship game, Fred Warner might be available. It's still a bit of a long shot as it stands right now, but it is a non-0% chance. And even if he's only out there for like 5 plays, like if he's just out there running onto the field with the boys and he goes out there for, a third down in the first quarter and a third down in the third quarter and 2 more third downs in the fourth quarter. Like if that's all he can give us is like 4 plays, I think it's worth it to have him out there for those, key moments, just like as a motivational, get or whatever. So that would be huge if it's possible. But also if it's, I don't want to risk permanent injury to him either. He's
Yeah,
way
of course.
important. Um, yeah, Captain Niner. We're basically starting a 41-day homestand to the Super Bowl. That's exactly right. This is a huge opportunity. If you got to win this game against Seattle coming up on Saturday. Don't appreciate the schedule makers. We had the Monday Night Football game last week. 6 days off. Instead of getting the full week, obviously you get the short week for this Sunday night game, and then you get another short week going into Saturday. So you got 2 short weeks in a row.
Thought of that? Why do you make 2 deciding divisional games? Granted, the Panthers and the Bucks or whatever, but why do you put it on a Saturday?
I think they want to get eyes on the screen. And I feel like people are gonna watch Sunday Night Football no matter what, because it's just gonna be on. And so and people are gonna really want to watch the 49ers game. So I think the NFL, in their, all holy wisdom, whatever, I suspect they're poised to try to get as many people to watch the Saturday night game as much as possible to try to give the ratings boost there. And not as many people are going to tune in for the Steelers Ravens game as they would the Niners Seahawks game. And so I think that's their thinking, that's their logic, because that's the only way that it makes any sense, like from a ratings perspective, is to try to do that. I hate it from a fan perspective. I hate it as if I'm a player. I hate it from every other perspective.
Let's take the Niners, injury-prone team and then make them play in a short week.
Yeah, 2 short weeks in a row now. The Niners are getting screwed by that, and we also don't have our starting left tackle probably, because he's my age. He's like, he's in his late 30s, pushing 40, and he has a hamstring injury. And I've had a couple of those playing softball, and you don't bounce back as quick from that, so
that just doesn't make a lot of sense.
And I'm just, a rec league softball schmuck. I mean, Jesus Christ. And anyway, don't love that, but it's the deck we've been dealt. It's the hand we've been dealt. So you just got to deal with it and go out there, you beat these Seahawks, and secure the number 1 seed. And if the Rams end up losing this game, even if you don't win it, you're on the path to play the winner of the Carolina Tampa Bay game, unless Atlanta also wins next week, in which case it's Carolina no matter what, which is just another added wrinkle as well. So, Jesus, the Rams are gonna fuck this up for everybody, aren't they?
Probably.
They really, like, oh my God, this is chaos. Like 2025 has just been an absolute year of chaos on top of chaos. Anyway, I think that's basically all I want to talk about for football right now. I think we should probably switch to hockey. I think we threw enough curveballs at Tim. We start with the hockey, but we started football instead. Sorry about that. Thanks for dealing with that, Tim. And yeah, let's switch it back to hockey. And so let's just talk about
the week that was.
The week that was with our Sharks. So they lose 7-2 at Vegas.
Oh, wait, hold on. Bijan Robinson, 93-yard house call.
Oh, love that. Okay. Anyway, so Will Smith is we're still gonna be waiting until New Year's to hear about the injury. When we're still waiting on,
honestly,
the update there.
Chernyshov is playing so well right now. Take your time, Will. Take your time.
Yeah. I mean, that's great, and I'm really excited to see what how well Chernyshov has played since being called up. That's great and important, and just kind of another feather in the cap for that amazing draft class, because that's the same draft class that that Macklin Celebrini came in with along with Dickinson. So that's just a great sign of things to come, right?
Yeah, I mean,
so that's great.
Chernyshov's playing great. I can't wait to see. Maybe we call it Musty towards the end of the season here. I want to see what he's got to bring to the table. But I mean, Chernyshhov's playing great. Even oh my gosh, Winberg is even playing great, and we've kind of been on his case a little bit. So he's proven me wrong here, which good for him on that. And you know, I think at this point, defensively, we just got to make sure that we stay laser focused week in and week out, because right now, you know, Askey's given up 3-4 goals on average this past month here. So maybe we need to focus more a little bit more on the defensive side. I know we got a lot of young players, and Dickinson's still trying to figure it out as he goes along here. But
I mean, defense is probably the hardest position to learn at the NHL level. So there's always a bit of growing pains there. So totally understandable. But he's gonna be learning it at the NHL level because they can't send him back down to the OHL.
Can't do that.
And that's okay. Totally fine. And he's gonna be a big name anyway. So the Sharks did take the L before Christmas at Vegas, but then they come back on Saturday and get the win at Vancouver 6-3. So for our win of the week, me and Sam did get that. We gave you the opportunity to try to.
I swung, man. I swung.
Yeah, you tried to swing big. It ended up not working out for you there. That's okay. The Sharks are 5th in the Pacific, but they are holding down that second wild card spot heading into tonight's games. So that's good. They are playing at Anaheim tonight. Wednesday, they play at 1 p.m. at home against Minnesota. And then they have another home game, 1 p.m. again against Tampa Bay.
God, none of these are like you have a good chance. You know what I'm saying? Like Anaheim's hot.
No, there's no gimme games on the schedule. So yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna say Tampa because I feel like the Sharks always play really well against Tampa. Doesn't mean it results to wins, but they play really well. Minnesota just made that big gigantic trade. Anaheim's hot. I think I'm gonna take the Tampa game.
You're gonna take Tampa. I'm actually, you know what? I'm gonna fortune favors the bold. I'm gonna take Anaheim. I just got a feeling. So I'm gonna take Anaheim tonight. That game tips. The puck drops in about 12 minutes as we talk right now.
Yeah.
So and you're gonna take Tampa. So that's
we'll take Tampa. Yeah.
Yep. And we will get Sam's pick for win of the week as well. So we're just a side note before we move on to basketball. I did get to go to the San Jose Barracuda game. One of my friends is a season ticket holder, and she was a season ticket holder last year, and they were running a promotion where season ticket holders, I guess, if you bought 2 jerseys, you got to get a suite for next season if you re-upped your season ticket package. And so she said, okay, I was gonna buy a couple jerseys anyway, so she got a suite for free basically for that game, for the game on Saturday night. And so I got to reap the benefits of that. So I got to watch a Barracuda game from the suite. It was very, very nice, and it was a lot of fun, man. I got to tell you, it was pretty cool. And if the opportunity comes, maybe we should jump on that.
For sure.
I don't know how much suites cost for Barracuda. I don't think they're going to be quite as much as they are for the Sharks. But food packages, they're, I mean, as far as suites go, they are not as expensive as like Sharks either. So like it's, like, I think if we split the price up, it's probably it's doable. It's doable. It's not cheap, but it's doable. I'm throwing it out there. So
I will tell you though, if they're like 140, 150 a person, I might opt into us doing lower bowl for a Sharks game to get club level, because that's pretty sweet too, and it's not the same cost.
No, yeah. I mean, we can talk about this offline, but it's definitely. It was definitely worth my time to go, even though the Barracuda ended up losing that game, and it was to the Ontario Reign, and that's the LA Kings affiliate. So that was a little bit of a sting because, half of those guys we're going to be seeing up with the LA Kings at some point, and then the other half I'm never going to see again. But, but it still does sting a little bit. It is. Even though they're young rivalries, I know some of those names I'm going to be seeing again. and it was testy, dude. Like there was some nastiness for sure. There was a fight. There was some roughing penalties too. It was a lot of fun. It was also Wizarding World night, so they always have different theme nights too. So if just check the local schedule for your minor league affiliates. It's always a lot of fun to see what's going on.
I think
it's always a good time out, man. I
the last
swear,
one we went to, there was like 4 fights and 3 ejections. So it's very feisty down there as of late. So
yeah, they were ready to go. They were ready to throw hands. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, speaking of which, did you see Schaefer got in the middle of an absolute brawl between the Rangers and I want to say it was maybe Minnesota. I could be wrong on what the other team was, but nonetheless, Schaefer gets clipped middle of the ice, and then his teammate decides to get his back on the guy that clipped him. I don't know who it was exactly, but they just shot block right into his leg, man, and it just became a gigantic brawl after that. So and Schaefer was in the middle of the fight, which was even more impressive. He got clipped, teammates stood up for him, and then he went and fought the other team. So, man, I love hockey, man. Hockey season's so great.
Hockey's a lot of fun, right? Yeah, man. Okay, so just to kind of like level set, I guess. So the Sharks are currently sitting 8th, which that's the last playoff spot. It's a lot of fun, right? We are approaching the halfway point of the season. The next time we talk, it will be halfway through. They've played 38 games. They're playing 3 more games. So yeah, we'll officially be at the halfway mark of the year. So there's no more small sample sizes at this point. Like, we're halfway in. This team is good, man. This team is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
They're above fake 500 right now. Like, hopefully when we talk next week, they'll be at or above real 500. So that they were just there when we were talking recently. Like, was it last week or maybe the week before? I think it was last week. Hopefully they can get back above real 500 again and get there soon, and that'd be great. It'd be a lot of fun, and I'm just really excited for what's coming soon, especially if Will Smith can get back there too. Right now, Eklund and Macklin Celebrini and Chernyshov on the top line, they're looking really good. They're having a lot of fun together. But I just I talked about it last week, and I talked about it maybe the week before as well. I want to see Macklin Celebrini scoring maybe 30 to 40% of the goals instead of 50, like being in on 50% of them. I want, he's a little too important right now. I want to see some scoring from other places as well. That's my biggest critique. Right,
teams are figuring it out, but I mean, you basically just hound Macklin Celebrini and don't let him get loose on anything, and let the other players beat you. And I think, to your point, you're gonna need the other players to step up, because eventually teams are going to scout report of just whatever Macklin is. You do not let him get the puck. Whatever you got to do.
And he's so good, he's still going to be able to make things happen. He's already he hit 20 goals this year when he scored in the Vancouver game. So he's at 20 goals this year. He's they're going to announce the Team Canada for the Olympics.
He's on that roster. Week. I don't care what anyone says. He's on that roster.
He has to be on the roster.
No way he's not on that roster.
Like he's played so good, and he's just been outstanding. And he's going to be on the roster in 2030, and he's been so amazing this year. Like, I don't know what's the point of not having him on the roster now. You might as well get a jump start now, have him build that camaraderie, and maybe give him a head start on getting a letter on his chest for 2030 by having him be on the team now, because he's going to be on the roster in 4 years. You might as well get going now. You might as well start the future now. And he's going to be out there. He's probably going to be one of your best penalty killers too, because he does everything. He plays a 200-foot game. He's for the Olympics, it's going to be like 196 feet because they built the dimensions wrong of the freaking rinks like a bunch of idiots. Anyway, that's another story. Fucking hell, man. All right. Should we talk about basketball now? Is it time to start talking
I
about?
did wear my Warriors hat, so let's
Yeah,
do it.
begrudgingly. Okay. Let's talk basketball. Let's talk Warriors. Let's talk the week that was. Okay, so Christmas Day, they played the Dallas Mavericks. They get the win. That's a typo. 126 to 116.
Yeah, Dallas stinks, man. That
Yeah, that's
team.
yeah. It was a Klay Thompson love fest pre and post game with all the players and coaches. Like mid court, both Klay and Steph were taking their warm shots, and they said hi and everything. And, tap each other up and stuff like that. That was great. You love to see that post game. A lot of questions about Klay and how much they miss him and they wish he was here and all that fun stuff. But he's a bench player on Dallas right now. He's coming off the bench. He only scored 7 points. I think he had 2 rebounds and 2 assists as well. Like he's on the back end of his career at this point.
Can we also talk about how Draymond, after the altercation with Steve Kerr last week, he's the one that said that he's welcoming the idea of coming off the bench himself, So that was a hot take straight from Draymond, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I think Draymond is starting to recognize. I mean, that's how he got his start, right? It happened to David Lee, right? Like somebody.
Well, David Lee got hurt, right?
David Lee got hurt, and he stepped up and basically snatched that job.
It was the Tom Brady of moves,
Yeah.
Drew Bledsoe goes out with an injury, and Tom Brady has never let go of the reins.
Yeah, but I mean, but like Father Time is undefeated, right? That's the old adage, right? So that's kind of what we're looking at here. And Draymond Green is not young, right? Like and he plays hard minutes too. Like he plays tough minutes. He's what 6'7", and he's playing center minutes. Like he's botting up
30,
the 7-footers.
37, 36, something like that.
36, I think, and he's yeah. So
like he's 36, but let's call the mileage of playoffs and all that. Let's say his body probably feels like it's 45. You know what I mean? Like days are a little harder than others. Waking up and stretching to touch your toes. You know what I mean? So, I think I said last week that I like that Draymond took himself away from the equation of what was happening to better the team and not be a detriment to the team. And maybe this is his therapy, maybe it's his age, the wisdom that comes along with it. But I do see the Draymond's kind of turning a new leaf here. Like I was not expecting Draymond to be the one to say that I'm welcoming the idea of coming off the bench. Not that it's going to happen. I mean, Steve, you already said that that's not even been something that's been discussed. But the idea of him understanding where he is in his career, what is beneficial to the team, and he was. I'm not going to say he was the last game. We'll get into it too. But the last game, I'm not going to say he was the best, but he certainly wasn't the worst player on the court. They just couldn't get a rebound. And I think that's not on Dre. Dre played an excellent game. I think at the end of the day, we just got to get a center, and we just don't have one. Like I like posts. I like Trace Jackson Davis, but their post I think is just too small to be effective for a whole period of a game, and Trace is just a big enough weapon to be effective for a whole entire game compared to the other.
He's way too inconsistent. Yeah. TJD is way too inconsistent. Yeah.
So
they are playing currently. This game's got about a minute left in it. We can talk about that in just a hot second. But before that, I did want to just go over what the hell happened in Toronto, though, too. Let's talk briefly about that. So they end up losing that game in overtime, 141 to 127. It's not often you lose by 14 in overtime. Because to get to overtime, it's got to be tied. So normally if you lose in overtime, it's a fairly close game. But to lose by 14 in overtime. That's kind of odd. It's new. That's
Couldn't
doesn't
get a
happen
rebound.
often.
Could
You know
not get a
exactly.
rebound. Yeah.
Yeah, you know who could get a rebound is fucking Scotty Barnes. He had
Wait,
25 of
Scotty
them
Barnes was
bad boys.
playing? I thought it was Wilt Chamberlain that was playing because that's
Yeah,
what he looked like.
yeah, 23 points, 25 rebounds, 10 assists. That's one hell of a way to get a triple double. God damn. Anyway, whoo. Yeah, so that last so the last four possessions in regulation for the Warriors, turnover, turnover, missed three, and turnover. And that last turnover was the offensive foul, that Sharman offensive foul on Steph Curry, where he brushed the afro and then like it was
Well,
called a foul.
here's my thing, because this happened against the Dallas game too. So defenders are literally putting their face as close to the ball as they possibly can, basically as close to Steph Curry's face. So Steph Curry's job is to move the ball over. But if your face is so close that you can't even extend your arms, or he didn't even have his arms, they were bent, to rotate the ball, that shouldn't be a foul. That should be a defensive foul, because you have the freedom.
Steph has the right. Yeah.
That is your right. That is your space.
Both players have the right to that area for sure. But yeah, it's what the hell is Steph supposed to do in that? And it's just, yeah, I do not like that call at all. Obviously, yeah, I'm a homer. I get it, but like
people were saying,
if it was flipped the other way around, that's a Sharman call anyway. Like I always ask myself when I'm watching a play, if the jerseys were flipped, would I be saying the same thing? And the answer is yes. It's a Sharman fucking call. That was soft. That was a soft call. I did not like that call at all. And I would be saying the same thing if it was the other way around. I was like, if it went the other way and it was the Warriors that were getting the benefit of, like, ooh, that was a soft call. I would be like, I would not like that at all, man.
Yeah,
I would not feel good about that. Like,
people were saying, like, oh, he could have swung the ball more towards his feet, not hit the face. I'm like, yeah, but that's also where the defender's hands are at. And let me tell you something.
So he can.
It's much easier to point down than it is to try and swipe up with your arm. Your arm doesn't naturally do that. So why would I want to give a defender an easier chance to swipe at the ball and steal it from me?
Yeah,
doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's dumb. Okay. So as we speak right now, this game they're playing in Brooklyn. This game is almost over. We're talking 46 seconds left as I'm watching it on my screen, and Steph Curry actually just missed a free throw, but they are up 10 with and the clock is winding down. We got about 40 seconds left.
Yeah, that game's over.
So 10 second, like 10-point lead. And Brooklyn just missed a drive to the cup. So that, this game's basically over. So that's what so the Warriors are going to win this game. They're going to get back above 500. They're going to be 17-16. We'll see where that puts, as I switch over to the NBA standings, because I have all my notes everywhere. That's still going to keep them in 8th place because the 7th place Suns do have about a 2.5 game lead on the Warriors. So you're not going to catch the Suns with just one win right now, but that's does put a little bit of distance between you and 9th place, which is the Grizzlies. So the Grizzlies are 1 game back. Now they're going to be 1.5 games back, depending on what happens, between now and the next games that are played. Yeah. So, that's good. I do appreciate that they're getting, they're able to get the win against Brooklyn. Brooklyn, when you look at the standings, they're not a good team. They're 13th in the East. That's a game that you should win. I'm glad that they're winning by double digits now. They just, all we're looking for now is just whatever the final score is going to be. So I'm going to assume it's going to be, it's 13 right now. And I'm flipping back to the Monday Night Football game because this game's over. So thankfully,
if you're 500 let's say getting closer to the All-Star break, right? You're still 500 as the
Yeah.
Warriors. Are you a buyer or are you a seller? Because the West is pretty loaded, and a lot of teams don't break away except for maybe the top two teams in the West, right?
Yeah, so you got the Thunder and the Spurs and the Nuggets, all with single digits in the loss column. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So the Thunder, actually in their last 10, they're only 6-4. So they're when I say
Well, all of a
struggling,
sudden, Shea
yeah,
Shea has not been getting all those love calls ever since coaches have exploded on them back-to-back games. So
yeah,
I think the refs are tired of getting yelled at and cussed out by everyone in the whole entire NBA circle here. So
right,
um,
yeah.
that's come back down to reality, which has been nice. Jokic just left the game with a knee injury. No, don't know the
Ooh,
severity of it. So
yeah,
um, that could obviously cause a shakeup here. I'll tell you right now, OKC, now that they're not getting their favorable calls, they're not going to break the Warriors record. That's ship has
yeah,
sailed. So
yeah. That's gone. That's they can only lose 3 more games the rest of the year to do that. So that's to break the record. So
yeah,
that's not happening. Yeah, so that's, whatever, that's fine, whatever. Okay, cool. So now you look at the rest of the standings. Can the Warriors get to 6? Um, I don't know about that. That team right now is the Timberwolves. They're currently 4 games ahead of the Warriors.
yeah. I think
Um,
if you think you're going to be a play-in team and you
yeah,
can't secure yourself to not be in the play-in, I think you got to be a seller, in my opinion.
yeah.
I just think you
Um,
just have to be.
yeah. Well, we know they're going to try to sell Jonathan Kuminga.
He
We
might
already
be
know
gone
that.
by the end of January at this
Yeah,
rate.
I mean that's the first domino, so to speak, to fall. But the question is, where is he going? We know that the Kings were interested, during the offseason. Are the Kings still interested? They only have 8 wins. They're not, exactly, lining up to, you know,
The
win
only
anything
player
right
that
now.
you would get out of the Kings that you'd want if you're the Warriors, right? Like
Uh,
everyone's like, oh, Zach LaVine. Like, no, I don't want Zach LaVine. I might as well just go get Klay Thompson. It's the same thing. They don't play good defense anymore, and they're streaky shooters. Like, I don't want that. Let's forget it. Um, DeMar DeRozan, I'm like, cool. So I get a Jimmy Butler part 2. I don't need 2 of those. So the
yeah.
only player you're really gonna vibe for is Domantas Sabonis. And Domantas Sabonis and Draymond Green together in the same team, that seems like it's going to work out really well. So
Oh my God, the
what are you going
drama,
to
the drama. But
get?
the cinema of it all, man. Oh my God.
There's
Oh,
nothing that the Kings, I think, that the Warriors would want. Not to say that the Kings want Kuminga. Like Kuminga hasn't played in over a month. What does he bring to the table? So
yeah.
I don't know.
It's kind of tough. Looking at the schedule, upcoming schedule, you're at Charlotte on Wednesday. That's a 10 a.m. Pacific time tip off. And that's New Year's Eve. And then on Friday, you come back home. You're playing against Oklahoma City. And then on Saturday, the back-to-back, you got Utah. Then you're going down to LA on Monday for the Clippers. So that's your upcoming next 4 games.
Yeah, the
Uh,
Clippers are something else, man. I don't understand. Like they suck, but then all of a sudden Kawhi wants to drop 55 points. It make no damn sense. I don't know what Clippers team you're going to get on Monday.
right. Yeah. Yeah. So
You
I
know,
mean, the Clippers, they've won 4 in a row, but they're also in 13th. They've dug themselves such a hole that I just, the way they I don't think they can dig themselves out of it, like
I don't think
in
so.
any meaningful way. Like it's just so far back. We're a third of the way through the season already at this point. It's just you're so far back. Like, I mean, just to get into the play-in tournament, they're already, they still got to climb 4 more places just to get in, 3 more spots.
I mean, the West
Yeah,
is
I mean,
loaded. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibilities. I just think the Clippers are just such a dumpster fire between, what was happening between the backgrounds of Kawhi Leonard getting money basically to not play.
Oh, the
I mean,
no-show contract that Pablo Torre's
just
been reporting on like crazy.
just
Oh, it's so fun.
insane. You
Yeah.
know, the Clippers are just, Clippers are just going to clipper. That's just what they do.
Yeah.
They're really good at it.
Clippers gonna
So,
Clipper. I mean, we've been saying it for years now at this point. Clippers gonna Clipper, and man, they've been clippering.
yeah.
So when you look at the upcoming schedule, right? So Charlotte, that's let's see, where they're
You gotta
12th.
win that game.
Gotta win. You gotta
that.
win at Charlotte. Oklahoma City, obviously, that's going to be a bit of a tougher ask. They're number one in the West for a reason. But then Utah and the Clippers. Utah is sitting. Where are they? They're sitting. In
Utah's
11th.
not a slouch, but
They're not slouches. They're sitting 11th. They're
Yeah.
they're 4-6 in their last 10 as well. They've won 2 in a row, but they're 4-6 in their last 10. They're 4-9 on the road as well. They're 0-6.
Markkanen has a personal vendetta against the Warriors because of the whole saga that was happening in the offseason a couple years ago about trying to trade for him. So he always plays hard against the Warriors, like more than he ever has. So I expect him to come out, guns blazing on that one. The Clippers, like I said, you don't know which version you're going to get. You know what I mean? They could be smoking. Well, they're smoking hot right now. So you don't know what you're going to get. I'd say if you could get 3 wins out of this,
I want 3.
Yeah,
I want 3.
That's the goal, right? If you can get 3 out of this one, but I would say if you could get at least 500 out of this one, that's fine. But that's what you are. You're a 500 team, so maybe they just
I mean, I'm at this point. I expect 2 wins.
Yeah.
God damn it, I want 3 though. And if you can shock me and make OKC one of those 3, then okay, sure, why not? Just really throw a wrench in the system and just really mess with our brains.
You're
Just
gonna have
mess with us.
You're gonna have Melton on the OKC game, and you're gonna have Al Horford, maybe possibly Al Horford, because it's a back-to-back, so they won't play against Utah. So there is a possibility that they squeak that OKC win and then throw a stinker against Utah.
Either that or they decide to they decide to wave the white flag in advance for OKC and just try like hell against Utah. So how does Kerr want to play this? That's been a level of contention, let's just say, in the online discourse is some of the decisions that have been made.
Yeah, agreed.
In recent weeks. So, yeah, man. I think this is anything else we need to talk about? Or
no, man. It's been a good week of sports.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm gonna go watch the Sharks game. Hopefully, they didn't score yet because I don't want to look at anything yet. So
no, yeah. I mean, this game. I mean, it just started within the last few minutes. So hopefully nothing too exciting has happened. We can catch up just during the commercial breaks. That being said, with end of the regular season for football is coming up. So next week we will have playoff predictions and stuff like that. So we're going to start
not only that, we'll be in the new year, my guy. So
that's right.
So excited.
Yep.
Make your New Year's resolution thought processes now, so you can gear yourself up for next year.
I have a couple of thoughts in my brain. I don't generally make New Year's resolutions, but I do have a couple of thoughts of goals, I guess. Just like because I want to phrase it differently. Because if you make it a resolution, you're automatically going to fail. But just like things that I've want to continue doing that I've already been doing, I guess, to like keep up the momentum, so to speak. So I guess with that said, we'll keep it a short one today. Thank you everybody for tuning in, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thanks for everybody who's hopped into the chat. And hit the bell for alerts when we go live. Follow us on Instagram, slide into them DMs, FJF, and catch you next time. Catch you next week, and have a great night, everybody.
Have a good New Year's. Be safe. FJF.